My sister, Olivia, demanded she walk down the aisle first at my wedding. I said yes, but I never specified what, exactly, I was agreeing to. My older sister is 35, and her lifelong dream has been to have the perfect, storybook wedding. Unfortunately, her toxic personality means she's never even had a serious boyfriend, let alone a fiancé. Olivia is the kind of person who would complain about a homeless person's dog being too loud. That's genuinely why the one guy she dated for 2 weeks ghosted her. For the last decade and a half, she's blamed everyone but herself for her romantic failures. The latest target of her blame was me, when I started dating my now husband, Liam. I kept our relationship secret for a full 6 months because I knew what was coming. Sure enough, the moment Olivia found out by snooping through my phone, she ran to our parents, sobbing that I was stealing her dream by trying to get married before her. Our parents, as always, took her side. They had the nerve to tell me I should break up with Liam, for Olivia's sake. I refused, and that's when Olivia started stalking us. When Liam and I went to our favorite farm-to-table restaurant, there she was at the next table, pretending to be on a date with her purse. Things got worse about 8 months in, when she saw how serious we were. She created a fake Bumble profile using my photos and sent screenshots to Liam, pretending a concerned friend had found it. When he didn't respond, Olivia double-texted him from her own number, saying she was here to support him through the breakup, and that she could offer him anything he needed. He just showed me the texts, and we laughed it off before he blocked her. A few days later, my parents called me, screaming about how my boyfriend was isolating me from my family. According to them, Liam was a controlling monster. I ignored them, a decision that would come back to haunt me. About 1.5 years into our relationship, I announced our engagement at a family dinner. Everyone cheered, except for Olivia and my parents. Their faces soured. They exchanged a look with Olivia, who, right on cue, clutched her chest and collapsed dramatically onto the floor. The celebration screeched to a halt. My parents ushered everyone out of the house, ensuring Liam and I got zero spotlight, and then rushed Olivia to the hospital. Miraculously, she made a full recovery during the car ride. Liam and I were already considering not inviting her, but our breaking point came at our venue meeting. We were at a beautiful winery in Napa, finalizing details, when my sister and parents walked in, uninvited. Olivia was weeping, and they all wore pleading expressions. "I have cancer," Olivia choked out. My world stopped. "The doctors are giving me 8 months. A year max." The sobbing intensified. "My only dying wish is to walk the aisle in a wedding dress. Can I please walk first at your wedding?" My parents immediately jumped in. "It's such a small thing to ask, Chloe. She's your older sister. She deserves this before she dies." I wanted to believe her, but it all felt off. They talked about nothing but her walking down the aisle. When I asked what kind of cancer it was, Olivia and my mum gave 2 different answers. I told them yes, but that I needed a few days to coordinate with Liam's family. I used those days to investigate. You see, Olivia didn't know that Liam's dad is a respected physician. Once we shared our suspicions, he volunteered to make some discreet inquiries through his medical network. Within days, he had proof. Olivia had no oncologist appointments, no chemotherapy prescriptions, no medical records of any kind. She didn't have cancer. At first, we wanted to scream at her, but then we had a better idea. We would give her exactly what she wanted. We went back to my parents and told them yes. Olivia's eyes lit up, and she gave me a suffocating hug. My parents told me they were proud to have raised such a selfless daughter. I just smiled, knowing exactly what was about to happen. Olivia loved luxury, and my parents had the money to burn. At every planning stage, Liam and I would pretend we were on a tight budget, knowing Olivia would insist my parents upgrade everything. This worked for the photographer, the flowers, even the venue itself. We got a 6-figure wedding for free. The best part was watching them maintain the lie. They spent a fortune on expensive pills so Olivia could take them in front of me, only for her to run to the bathroom and spit them out. Olivia starved herself to lose weight, and even started shaving patches of her hair to make the hair loss look real. I feigned deep concern every single time. Everything came to a head on my wedding day. Olivia arrived in a designer gown that cost twice as much as mine, complete with a professional wig, a personal photographer, and a bouquet bigger than mine. When I saw her, we shared a huge, fake hug. My parents arrived minutes later, my mum in a garish red dress, and my dad in his finest suit. They hugged me, crying, telling me they'd remember this forever. I told them I would too. As we headed inside, I walked past security without an issue, but the 2 6 feet 6 inches guards I'd hired stopped Olivia and my parents. "You're not allowed past this point." Olivia's triumphant expression melted into confusion. "What do you mean? I'm the bride's sister." The guard checked his tablet. "Your names aren't on the guest list. I'm sorry, but we have strict instructions." My mother's voice shot up 3 octaves. This is ridiculous. We're her parents. She grabbed the guard's arm, which he gently but firmly removed. Olivia started hyperventilating, her hands flying to her chest as she stumbled backward. My medication. I need. She collapsed onto the pavement, her wig sliding to reveal the stubble underneath. Arriving guests stopped to stare. An elderly couple from Liam's side gasped. My father dropped to his knees. Someone call 911. She's having a reaction to the stress. My oncologist said no stress, Olivia gasped between theatrical breaths, clutching at my dress. Please, I just wanted to see you married before I. My mum spun around to face the growing crowd, her red dress catching the sunlight. The price tag, still attached, fluttered in the breeze. Look what she's doing to her dying sister, denying her final wish. The venue manager appeared. Is there a problem here? Yes, my mum screamed. My daughter is dying of cancer, and they won't let her into her sister's wedding. The manager's face remained impassive. He opened a folder and pulled out a contract. Ma'am, I have documentation here explicitly excluding Olivia, you and your husband from this event. In fact, he flipped a page. There's a signature here from someone claiming to be Olivia trying to change the catering order last week. Olivia's gasping paused for a split second before resuming with renewed vigor. That's a forgery, Dad shouted. We'll sue. The crowd was growing. Someone was filming. I turned and walked toward the venue's garden, Olivia's wails echoing behind me. Hey, Liam appeared, his face flushed. Are you okay? He saw my hands, which I'd clenched so tightly my nails had broken the skin. She's really destroying our wedding. There's more, he said quietly. My mum got a call from Olivia at 6 a.m. this morning. She claimed you were having an affair with a coworker, and that my mum deserved to know the truth. Suddenly, 3 women in matching pink t-shirts with cancer ribbons pinned to them rounded the corner. There's the heartless bride, one of them yelled. Olivia's in our cancer support group. How dare you? The tallest one pulled out her phone and started live streaming. This is the bride who banned her dying sister from her wedding. Sirens grew louder as an ambulance pulled into the parking lot. EMTs rushed to Olivia, who was now surrounded by at least 30 people. We need to get to the bridal suite, Liam said, guiding me away. In the hallway, my phone buzzed incessantly. Someone had tagged me in a video titled, Bride Bans Dying Sister from Wedding. It already had thousands of views. In the suite, my bridesmaids were pale. The ambulance is still there, my maid of honor, Megan, said from the window. Olivia's on a stretcher, but she's sitting up and talking to reporters. Reporters? A local news van had arrived. Olivia, with an oxygen mask dangling around her neck, was giving a dramatic interview. Then, Megan's face went white. The photographer, Olivia's photographer. He's been here for hours. I saw him in the kitchen earlier, wearing a catering uniform. It all clicked. The collapse, the news van, the support group. Olivia had orchestrated every detail. We stick to the plan, I said, my voice steady. She's not ruining this. We pushed open the door to a hallway packed with guests, split into 2 factions. Liam's family argued with the women in pink, who were showing videos on their phones to anyone who would listen. The wedding coordinator rushed over, her composure gone. The ceremony was supposed to start 15 minutes ago. Half your guests are demanding we call the sheriff on Olivia for trespassing. The other half are threatening to leave if you don't apologize to her. Start the ceremony, I told her. Whoever stays, stays. We exchanged vows in a hall that was mostly empty, our voices echoing in the space meant for 200. When Liam kissed me, I tasted the salt from tears I hadn't realized I was crying. The reception was a ghost town. During what should have been cocktail hour, Liam's father pulled us aside. I called the hospital, he said. Olivia never arrived. The ambulance dropped her at a shopping center, where she got into your parents' car. The EMTs are filing a report for misuse of emergency services. My phone, turned back on, had exploded. The videos had gone viral. There were death threats and demands that my employer fire me. We ended up at a roadside motel an hour away, still in our wedding clothes. That night, instead of celebrating, we sat on a lumpy bed, strategizing. Things got worse. I was forced to take unpaid leave from my job. We received an eviction notice. Olivia started a GoFundMe that raised over $50,000 and filed a lawsuit against us for $200,000 for emotional distress. Liam's mother was kicked out of her book club of 40 years. His father was suspended from the hospital pending an investigation. We ended up living in Liam's cousin's basement. The final straw came when Olivia targeted my best friend, Sarah. Olivia befriended her mother on Facebook, and soon Sarah was begging me to just apologize. She's dying, Chloe, she said. Our 15-year friendship ended with her blocking my number. That's when Liam's father called with news that changed everything. A real cancer patient from Olivia's support group, Clara, had reached out to him. She had been documenting Olivia's lies for months, suspicious of how her symptoms never quite matched up. She had recordings, screenshots, everything. We met Clara at a diner 2 towns over. She was everything Olivia pretended to be, genuinely sick, brave, and kind. She would ask me for details about my treatments, Clara explained, sliding a folder across the table. Then I'd see her repeating my exact stories online, word for word. The folder was damning. It even had a recording of Olivia practicing her chemo reaction in a bathroom stall. There are 5 of us willing to speak up, Clara said, but we need someone to listen. As we were planning our next move, I got a call from the hospital. Olivia had come in for a treatment with her fake doctor, but something had gone wrong. She'd had a severe, real allergic reaction to whatever she'd taken. She was in the ICU and asking for me. It felt like a trap, but I went. Through the glass I could see Olivia hooked up to real machines, her face swollen beyond recognition. The fear in her eyes was real. She couldn't talk, but she weakly scribbled on a piece of paper. "I'm sorry," she wrote again. "The money. GoFundMe. It's yours." As I turned to leave, she grabbed my wrist and scribbled one last note. "Check my laptop. Password is your birthday. Everything is there." We went to my parents' house and found the laptop. What we discovered was chilling. She had folders detailing every lie, contact lists for a network of disgraced doctors, and a document titled Exit Strategy. She had been planning to fake her own death from the stress of my cruelty, complete with a forged suicide note blaming me and a plan to have me framed for poisoning her. My phone rang. It was the hospital. Olivia was awake and frantically writing. When I got there, she shoved a notepad at me. "Police coming," Mum called them. "Says you broke in and stole evidence. Dad has fake suicide note." She had been part of one final trap, but now she was exposing it. "Go to Channel 4 News," she wrote. "Ask for Dana Pierce, real reporter." I called Liam. "Get Clara somewhere safe, now." In the Channel 4 studio, we laid out everything for Dana Pierce. She was the reporter who had exposed Olivia's quack doctor 2 years prior. As she reviewed our evidence, her expression darkened. "We're going live with this now," she announced. Minutes later, we were on air. The evidence flashed across the screen. The fake prescriptions, the GoFundMe, the plan to fake her own death. Clara told her story with quiet dignity. The broadcast cut to a live shot outside the hospital, where my parents were being escorted out by security, screaming about lawsuits. The FBI, alerted that the fraud had crossed state lines, was already investigating. The GoFundMe was frozen. Olivia's online supporters turned on her. The hospital board called an emergency meeting and reinstated Liam's father. Later, from the ICU, Olivia gave a full, on-camera confession. She detailed every lie, every manipulation. "I just wanted to be special," she wept. "I didn't care who I hurt." 6 months later, I sat in my own apartment, watching a live stream of my sister's sentencing. She got 3 years in federal prison for fraud and conspiracy. As the judge handed down the sentence, I felt no victory, just a profound, bone-deep exhaustion. The show was finally over. Liam squeezed my hand. We had survived. And now, finally, we could start our lives. Here is a rewritten version of the